All right, welcome to English for You. I'm Kat.
And I'm Chickling.
And we are here today to talk about something kind of interesting and mysterious. We're talking about a legend from Japan.
Wow.
Are there any legends that you know that are really interesting, Chi?
Oh, well, I've only heard about legends in Taiwan. Have you ever heard about red envelope?
The red envelopes,
thing,
yeah.
like
for New Year's or for something else?
For something else.
What is it?
If you see a red envelope on the floor or on the ground, would you pick it up?
No, because I know this one. I will never do that.
Would you like to share with us your reaction when you heard this legend?
When I heard this, well, okay. The first time I heard it actually was a friend trying to play a joke on me. So she told me that she had picked up one of those red envelopes and that the family of some dead person forced her to marry their dead son. But she was kidding. She was making a joke. But I really believed her. I was like, that sounds really weird, but maybe she's not lying. Yeah. So that's a really interesting one.
Wow. So is there any other legend that you heard about?
Oh, I mean, there's lots. Maybe one of my favorite ones is the legend of, like, maybe just how different places were created. So different kinds of legends about how the places in the world were made. But we're talking about a monster today.
Oh, wow.
So that's a sort of different kind of legend. So let's find out what that's all about.
Reading.
Kappa, Japan's strange water monster. Legend has it that far beneath the surface of Japan's many rivers and lakes lives a strange monster unlike anything you've ever seen. Locals have regarded this cunning creature, known as the kappa, or river child, with fear and interest for centuries. The kappa is often described as a scaly, monkey-like monster with webbed hands, a sharp beak, and a shell on its back. Its most striking feature is a strange water-filled hollow on its head. This is the kappa's source of strength. If the water inside is spilled, the kappa will die unless someone immediately fills it back up. For some people, kappas are the stuff of nightmares. They are fond of eating children and will drown anyone who swims too close to their underwater nests. Fortunately, though, escaping these monsters is easy. Just bow. Kappas are extremely polite and must return this common Japanese courtesy. However, this makes them tip the water out of their head. At that point, you can leave the poor creature to die. If you fill up the hollow, however, the kappa will become your servant forever.
Okay, so the article starts off, legend has it that far beneath the surface of Japan's many rivers and lakes lives a strange monster unlike anything you've ever seen. Sounds so mysterious, right? Oh, so here we have like one interesting word, which is we've already been talking about. Legend is a noun, and legends are stories, but not just any story. They are stories that are usually old and told through many generations or by many people, and some people say they're true, although sometimes they're too weird or too unrealistic to be true. Some popular legends are monsters, heroes, gods, like Chi said, like the legend of red envelopes, or like I said, legends of how places were created. The adjective for this is legendary. So a legendary creature is one nobody has ever seen, but some people believe it exists, like unicorns or mermaids. And legendary could also mean being very famous and admired, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so example would be the legend of King Arthur and his knights is a big part of British culture.
OK， 所以刚刚 Kat 老师提到这个字 legend 这个字，它只有传说或者是民间传说的意思。It is a noun。那刚刚老师有提到哦，如果变形容词就是 legendary， 你后面加上 ary 就 OK 了。So besides meaning a very old story from ancient times, it also means a person that's famous and admired。像老师刚刚有提到了嘛，就是传奇人物的意思哦。所以我们就可以说 He is a legend， 他就是传奇人物。那如果用成 adjective 的话呢，就变成 He is legendary 也可以。那 legend 还有一个很长的片，我们提到 legend has that，就是如果我们用 legend has that 或 rumor has that 这个句型呢，就是等于 there is a legend that something blah blah blah， 或者是 there is a rumor that 怎么样怎么样，就是传说的意思。And we also see far beneath。Blah blah blah lives a strange
yes
monster. 这个是一个片语 It's a type of grammar, right? 就是地方副词片语的倒装句。我们把地方副词的片语移到句首，强调地方副词，然后再把句中主词跟动词兑换。像是 A dog sleeps in the box. How can we rewrite the sentence?
In the box sleeps a dog.
Yay.
Yeah, that's right. So we're looking at the word beneath. Beneath is a preposition, and it's another word for under. It's a little more flexible in under because you can put it before the place or at the end of a phrase. For example, there are some words beneath the picture or what lies beneath. You know, when saying like what lies beneath the ground. Beneath sounds a little more formal than under or underneath. So here's an example of how we can use it. There's a treasure hidden beneath the tree in my yard. Let's go dig it out.
Wow. OK， 好，我们就看到 beneath 就是在什么底下的意思。It also means not being good enough for someone， 所以我们全不适合啦，不值得的意思。所以我们就可以说 He refused to take the position since he felt it was beneath him。他拒绝接受这个职位，因为他觉得不适合他，或者是他觉得他比这个职位还要来得值得，他觉得这职位不值得。
So the article goes on, locals have regarded this cunning creature known as the kappa or river child with fear and interest for centuries. So this creature that lives beneath the surface of the water, it's from a legend. So we're talking about the phrase now, be known as, means that this is the name people use for something. If you have your Chinese name but everyone calls you a different name, you're known as that other name. Could also be the part of your personality or life that people use to talk about you the most, like he's known as the actor who plays Captain America, Chris Evans. In this case, we are talking about the name of the creature, the kappa. So because of the technology she invented, actress Hedy Lamarr is now known as the mother of Wi-Fi. Yeah, so that's an example.
Yeah. OK， 所以我们来看到 be known as 这个字哦，这个片语呢就是以什么名称或者是身份为人所知的意思，所以我们就可以说 She was known as a great beauty， 她以美女的身份为人所知。那像刚刚名字像Kat 老师，我们就可以说哦 She is known as Kat， 然后我就是 I am known as Chichi 之类的，对，大家叫你什么名字名称。那其实 be known for 我们除了加 s， 我们可以加 for to 啊 ，we can say be known for something, be known to something, or be known to do something。所以 be known for 就是以某个特点长处为名，所以我们可以说 This Italian restaurant is known for its good service， 就是这间意大利餐厅以好服务著名。Or be known to, what does be known to mean though?
Be known to means like somebody knows about you.
Yeah, 对对对，就是用你被知道，然后大家以你做了什么事情出名，对谁来说是出名的意思。我们就可以说 This man is known to the police， 可能 maybe he's done too many bad things， 然后警察知道他是谁。
Crimes that they can't catch him for.
对，所以这名男子可能警方都认识他那种感觉。Or 我们后面加动词也 OK 哦，就是做了什么事出名，我们可以说 Smoking is known to be harmful， 就是吸烟被认为是有害的。
Yeah, so another word that we see here is cunning. And cunning just means you are somebody very clever, very smart, and you have like a way of kind of tricking people. It's almost like tricky. Yeah, so cunning.
对，就是老师刚刚说有狡猾、灵巧，但是就有可能你蛮聪明的，你知道怎么去骗人那种感觉，有欺骗别人、狡猾的意思。那口语上也有小巧玲珑的意思，很聪明。
So the kappa is often described as a scaly, monkey-like monster with webbed hands, a sharp beak, and a shell on its back. That's an interesting description. In pictures of kappas that I've seen, they always kind of look like a turtle that's standing up. Yeah. It's kind of weird. But they're kind of scary a little bit. If you were to see one in real life, I'd be like, oh my gosh, go away. So what do they mean by scaly? Well, scaly is an adjective that means your skin is not one single smooth piece like most humans and mammals. An animal with scaly skin has skin made of lots of smaller pieces that go on top of each other. So fish, lizards, snakes, and crocodiles all have scaly skin. Some dinosaurs probably did too.
Yeah, 所以 scaly 就是中文就是鳞片般的意思，它不像我们人类的皮肤是这样很平滑的，它可能一片一片一片，然后很干，皮肤很不好，很干裂。所以河童通常被描述成鳞状，类似猴子的怪物，然后它有蹼一般的手，这个 webtans 就是有那个的蹼，很像蹼 like a frog， 就是有蹼一般的手，然后尖嘴，然后背上有壳，所以刚刚 K 老师说看起来很像站起来的乌龟。
Oh, yeah, like a turtle. Okay, yeah, so the article goes on saying its most striking feature is a strange water-filled hollow on its head.
所以它最引人注目的特征是它头部有一个奇怪、很奇怪、充满水的凹陷处哦。
Yeah, so like where our heads are kind of round, the kappa basically has a bowl in its head.
I wonder what it is for.
Kind of weird. It says this is the kappa's source of strength.
所以这个凹陷处就是河童的力量来源。So that means if the water is gone, and it's gonna die.
Exactly. So if the water inside is spilled, the kappa will die unless someone immediately fills it back up. So here we see spill. Spill means you have a liquid like water or coffee inside something like a bowl or cup, and then it goes out and onto the ground or table, even your clothes. When we say spilled some water, it's usually an accident. You weren't trying to put it out of the cup. Spill is one of those verbs that has two different kinds of past tense, spilled and spilt. We usually say spilled for the past verb, but spilled and spilt for an adjective are both okay. A spill can also be a noun for the liquid that you spilled, like there's a water spill on the floor. And here's an example of the verb, oh no, I spilled my coffee all over my white shirt. I'd better wash it quickly.
OK, 所以老师刚刚讲到这个字spill 就是溢出来、洒出来的意思。那通常是不小心才会去洒出来嘛。那 it's used as a verb here in our article， 在我们的文章是当动词。那老师刚刚提到当名词也可以，就是洒出来的东西。那它的过去式呢跟形容词也是可以用 spilled 或者是 spilt 都没有关系。那大部分是用 spilled。OK, 那我们就可以说 we usually say this phrase. It's no use crying over spilt milk.
Right.
就是牛奶打翻，哭也没有用。那成语就是覆水难收啦。那口语上 we can say spilled the beans, which means to tell people secret information. So we can say, did he spill the beans about her affair with Wade? 是他抖出他跟 Wade 的绯闻吗？
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's some beans that you might not want to spill. Okay, and here we see like the kappa will die unless someone immediately fills his head back up with water. Immediately is an adverb that means right now. If you need to do something immediately, it means you can't wait. It comes from the adjective immediate, which can also have a different meaning, which means right nearby. Like we can say there's a supermarket in the immediate area. It means it's right nearby us. So here's an example of the adverb immediately. Since Alice knew she'd get in trouble if her mom found her room a mess, she started cleaning it immediately after she came home.
That's what I do usually.
Yeah.
所以 immediately 就是立刻马上的意思。那副词哦 it comes from the adjective immediate. 好，那我们看两个句子。The medicine has an immediate effect. 这种药会立即起作用，这边当形容词。那如果当副词就可以说 We need to take action immediately. 我们必须立即采取行动。
Yeah, immediately, right away. Okay, so for some people, kappas are the stuff of nightmares. Ooh, that sounds kind of scary. And that's our pocket phrase go for today. So let's go ahead and look at that.
Pocket phrase go! Hello, my name's Sheriff Woody. 我是警长无敌。哎呀，你过来一点。我想知道你有没有听过一个叫做 iPhone 的东西。我在托儿所里听到小朋友回家的时候都不玩玩具，都玩那个而已。iPhones are the stuff of nightmares. They're going to replace all of us. 我们再过几年就全部都要被淘汰啦。The stuff of nightmares 就是会在噩梦里面出现的东西。不过这个片语也可以用其他字来代替噩梦，例如说 the stuff of dreams 梦一般的东西，或是 the stuff of legends 传奇般的东西等等。虽然智慧型手机会打败我们，不过我听说有比他们更厉害的东西。There's this thing called VR, and I heard that it takes you to another world. It's a stuff of science fiction. 这种东西根本就是只有在科幻电影里面才会出现的剧情，实在是太扯了。哎，现在科技实在是太恐怖了，我们再过几年就全部都要被淘汰啦。
Okay, we are back and we're continuing with the article talking about kappas. Why are they the stuff of nightmares? Let's find out. They are fond of eating children and will drown anyone who swims too close to their underwater nests. Ooh, yikes. So here we see another vocab word, drown. Drown is a verb that can mean two different things. It means you can die from breathing in water or kill someone by making them breathe water. If I say he drowned, it means the person died. If I say he drowned that woman, it means the man killed the woman by making her breathe water. So the kappa will try to kill somebody if they swim too close. So here's an example. The man tried to drown his wife in the bathtub, but she fought him off and ran to the police.
Oh, strong mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so here drown 就是把谁淹死的意思，那么也有溺水的意思。刚刚 K 老师就有提到咯。那河童据说喜欢吃小孩耶，所以如果任何人游到他们水里巢穴的附近，甚至会把这些人淹死。所以 we're gonna be careful, very careful if we swim in the lake or not in the lake, in the pond. Maybe you're gonna see
or the ocean.
The ocean, yeah. 所以我们看到两个句子哦，我们可以说 You won't drown if you learn how to swim. 如果你学会游泳，就不会淹死了。那我们就是这边哦。A drowning person 就是在淹水的人，我们就可以说 He saved the drowning little girl at the risk of his own life. 他冒着生命危险拯救溺水的小女孩。
Okay, so, and here we see another thing that's just be fond of. It's a phrase that means you like that thing. So the kappa is fond of eating children. You feel a good way about it. I don't feel a good way about that, but I guess the kappa does. We often say we like something, which is a verb, but fond is an adjective. If you're fond of a person, it means you like them a lot, either as a friend or a romantic partner. The kappa is fond of something not so great, though, which is eating kids.
Be fond of 就是喜欢什么的意思 Be fond of something 那我们就可以说 She is fond of roses 就是她喜欢玫瑰
So fortunately though, escaping these monsters is easy. Just bow. Interesting.
Yeah.
So bow is a verb that means to bend your head or bend your upper body forward. And that's to show respect to someone or to thank them. You probably know if you've been to Japan. In Japan, there are several different kinds of bows depending on the person you're bowing to or the reason. Maybe you bow just standing up. Maybe you bow when you're on your knees. Yeah, it all means different things. We can say bow your head or bow to someone. So here's an example. The singers bowed in front of the audience after their last song, showing their thanks.
OK, 所以 bow 就是鞠躬的意思，但是幸运的是要逃离这些怪兽也不是不可能啦，你只要鞠躬就有用。So when you bend your head forward, it's pronounced as bow. And when it means a knot or a weapon for shooting arrows, it's pronounced as bow.
Yep.
对，所以我们来看一下两个句子。In Japan, it is proper to bow when you meet someone. 就是在日本遇到某个人鞠躬的时候是合乎体统的。那或者是 If I don't have a bow, I can't play the violin. 如果我没有弓，就是拉小提琴那一根啊，我们就不能拉小提琴。那时候是念 bow， 要记得哦。
Yep. So, going on, kappas are extremely polite and must return this common Japanese courtesy. So, courtesy, like that's something that you have to do to be very polite to somebody, maybe to show your respect to them or show you have good manners. So means that if somebody bows to a kappa, the kappa has to bow back.
对，就是礼貌礼节嘛。因为河童很有礼貌，他们是很有礼貌的生物，所以他们一定也会回敬的。
However, This makes them tip the water out of their head, of course.
对，因为他们头上还有水，记得吗？倾斜了
Yeah.
They're gonna die.
Yeah. So that says at that point, you can leave the poor creature to die.
Oh, no.
Well, if it's trying to kill you, then maybe you want to.
Yeah.
But if not, maybe it's kind of mean. I don't know. So here we see a phrase, at that point, means when you reach that time, or just right then. We use this when we're talking about not real situations like this one, or things that happened in the past. Like, my girlfriend told me she didn't love me anymore. At that point, I knew it was over between us. Oh, so heartbreaking.
Yeah. 所以我们看到 at that point 就是在那时的意思哦。所以那个时候你可以见死不救 or what?
Or what? If you fill up the hollow, however, the kappa will become your servant forever.
Well, that sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, I think I would like to have a kappa, following me around. Maybe it's worth it to be nice.
Yeah. 所以如果你把水装回去，它会永远成为你的仆人呢。Okay.
All right, so that's the end of day 1. And right now, I think we're going to go on to our For You chat questions. So let's see what we have today.
For You chat.
All right, so what is our For You question for today? It is, what's the scariest monster you've ever heard of? What is so frightening about it?
Okay, well, I have a couple of different ideas. One is from America. It's a legend that maybe a lot of people know, and I think there's a movie being made about it. It's called Slender Man.
Slender Man?
He's this very, very tall man in a suit who has no face.
Oh!
And he kidnaps children, and they're never seen again. And he's really, really scary.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
I would like to go watch that movie.
Yeah, I think I would too, though. Yeah.
It's called Slender Man.
Slender Man.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Because he's very slender. Slender means thin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The other one I can think of is actually a ghost that I've seen from Indonesian legends, which is like this woman's head that flies around with all of her
Hair?
organs hanging out of her neck. It's really gross. It's really gross, but I think it's terrifying. And if I ever saw one, I'd probably go crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the most scary monster for me because it just looks really, really terrifying. Yeah.
That reminds me of a creature in Japan. I'm not sure if it's from Japan or in Taiwan. I think it's Japan because we don't really have scary stories in Taiwan. Or maybe I just don't read them.
There are some, but
yeah, maybe I just don't pay attention to any of those. But well, this woman, you can only see a head, and it moves by walking with the head. I don't know how to do it, and then they make sounds by knocking on the ground.
Oh, that's so scary.
So
I feel like this should be a Halloween story or something instead of this time of year.
I've never seen it before, but there are some people that have seen it. I think it's kind of weird.
Oof, that sounds really scary. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure that you guys have also heard of some really scary monsters or scary ghosts. Maybe you want to talk about it and tell some ghost or monster stories to each other and figure out how can you beat them? That's a good question, too. So that's all the time we have for today. We will see you for day 2 tomorrow.
Bye. This is Chickly.
And Kat.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Kappa, Japan's strange water monster. Legend has it that far beneath the surface of Japan's many rivers and lakes lives a strange monster unlike anything you've ever seen. Locals have regarded this cunning creature, known as the kappa, or river child, with fear and interest for centuries. The kappa is often described as a scaly, monkey-like monster with webbed hands, a sharp beak, and a shell on its back. Its most striking feature is a strange water-filled hollow on its head. This is the kappa's source of strength. If the water inside is spilled, the kappa will die unless someone immediately fills it back up. For some people, kappas are the stuff of nightmares. They are fond of eating children and will drown anyone who swims too close to their underwater nests. Fortunately, though, escaping these monsters is easy. Just bow. Kappas are extremely polite and must return this common Japanese courtesy. However, this makes them tip the water out of their head. At that point, you can leave the poor creature to die. If you fill up the hollow, however, the kappa will become your servant forever.
Vocabulary Review.
Legend. The legend of King Arthur says he pulled a sword from a stone and became king. Beneath. Christine couldn't find her pen because it was hidden beneath some books on her desk. Spill. Mavis knocked over her cup and spilled water all over the table. Immediately. We need to go to the gate immediately after we check in, or we'll miss our flight. Drown. More than 1,400 people drowned when the famous ship sank, but some passengers survived. Bow. In some countries, you should bow instead of shaking someone's hand when you meet them.